Hello, Monsters Abound, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires and part 9 of my Isabella von Carstein campaign. This is an early access for Patreon supporters, which means if you are a supporter of my Patreon at patreon.com, and it's only like $1.76, I want to say, then you will be watching this when the video comes out. If not, then you will be watching it after a few weeks after the videos come out. Now the Patreons get to vote on certain things, certain polls that get put up at the end of each episode, and last week it was the Bloodline poll and they selected the Blood Dragon, so we have gone for the Blood Dragon. That's given us 10% extra weapon strength for cavalry units. Not that we have a huge number of cavalry units, but we've got some, and I do quite like them, so it's not no bad thing, to be honest. No bad thing at all. Now, I did do some renames. We do have Dolly Parton. That was suggested by one of the Patreon supporters, so there's Dolly Parton. That is our new vampire lady. We need more vampire ladies, to be honest. That would be good, I think. Yeah. Yeah. So the only one we don't have the stuff... We have everyone but the Strigoi. The poor Strigoi. Of all the bloodlines, the ones that were sort of didn't have the best of times, did they? So when the vampires fled Al-Qadizar's wrath at the end of the Second War for Nehekara, Nagash, I think Nagash cursed them at that point. I think that's what happened. Anyway, so the vampires fled, and what would be the Strigoi vampires set up home in what is now the Marshes of Madness. And they actually kind of like carved out a little empire there for themselves, with humans as well, and they ruled quite benevolently. However, an Orcish warband, or war, arrived and completely wiped them out. And now the Strigoi sort of crawl around in the ruins of what was their empire. They headed to the empire as well, and the survivors of that civilization actually became sort of like nomadic travelers, like gypsies in the empire. And so you'll often find these gypsies actually like helping Strigoi vampires because they still remember that bond. So that's quite an interesting bit of lore, I thought. I do like the vampire lore. All of the undead lore is quite interesting. Okay, so we lost Flensburg. I'm not too bothered about that. Needling does need defences if we can get it, but Balefire Hearth would boost that vampiric corruption, which I think would be good, because the more vampiric corruption we have, the unhappier everyone is around us. I'm going to do that. I mean, we can always sack more places, can't we? Theoretically. Vlad's actually been doing okay for himself. I think there might be Skaven here in more time, so I might go and kill them.
All shall know me.
Because we're trying to be friends with the Skaven in the south, but it's hard going because they don't really like us very much.
I lead.
They like us a little bit, but they have an aversion.
Do not like your mask, no faz. Offer must be tempting, yes.
He doesn't like my musk. I mean, fair play, you know. If only I had some Lynx body spray. Well, hello there, Wolfram. What's this shenanigans, eh? What's all this about? You've got some war wagons. I mean, ultimately, this army doesn't look that problematic. Really? Wow, the auto-resolve really does not like the vampires, does it? Oh well. Auto-resolve seems a bit mean, but frankly, I think this should be pretty straightforward. Especially because we can, of course, Vanguard deploy. So Vanguard deployed straight in front of the enemy army, and we're just going to charge it with everything we've got. Meanwhile, on our right flank, we have units sweeping around to knock out their artillery, take out their missile units. They're now fleeing away from the front line. So all our grave guards, tank the pew-swearing enemy infantry. It's a powerful colour. I mean, it suits them. I like it. There's Vlad. There's a lot of enemy characters, including this warrior prince over here who wants to have a go, and Vlad's more than happy to meet him. Meanwhile, there's absolute carnage going on here as our Black Knights, Bats, and Direwolves hunt down anything that moves. So far, so good. And here comes the garrison. A little bit beaten up, but, you know, garrisons, like hire cars, are free, basically. You can do as much, you can just throw them away. I mean, you can do as much damage as you like to them, doesn't matter. Who cares about the garrisons? So we've got some halberdiers here completely surrounded, still holding up with their morale though for the moment. The enemy general is, well, that's an enemy captain. There's the enemy general there. He is flapping around. It looks like he's trying to beat up our corpse carts, which isn't very nice. Where's Vlad? Vlad's around here somewhere. Oh, Vlad is dealing with the warrior priest here, and also the enemy empire captain, both trying to take on Vlad. That warrior priest is not in a good place, and we should be able to deal with the empire captain as well. We've got a lovely little surround on most of the empire troops. It's basically just a case of cutting them down. Mortis engine as well, just draining the health there. Very, very nice. Up to 23 kills. Basically, it's just a case of chewing them up and spitting them out now. A few of these war wagons with more... I mean, I guess the one use I can think of for the war wagons... If you don't have a sturdy front line, then I guess you can keep moving these things around. But being that there's got a speed of 50, which is fairly slow, you're not going to outrun anything, so I don't really know what the point in them is. Like, if there was cannons, if they were war wagon cannons, I could see a point, but the mortars, I don't really see a point in the mortars, being that they can already fire over most stuff, and really the only good thing about the war wagons would be getting them in the flank or something, but there's no point getting mortars in the flank because it doesn't really count. So why would you need to? What's the point in them is what I'm trying to say. Is what's the fucking... Why do they exist? Who decided this was a good thing? Idiots. So this little knot of Imperial troops is slowly shrinking.
Make me proud of the province.
Yeah, good luck with that. The Empire General is flapping his way down. Vlad is trying to take out the Empire Captain. Vlad's stats are very good, but he doesn't quite have the melee, the weapon damage, I guess. He could do with more weapon damage. I mean, he's not doing bad. In comes the Black Knights to help out. He's taking chunks out of him. It's just, he needs more armor-piercing damage, to be honest. He's just not doing an awful lot of damage with each hit. But we're going to get him surrounded. That way he can't flap away, which is the main problem. The enemy general as well, he can't flap away. The rest of the army is routing and shattered, which means it's fairly soon army losses are going to take effect. And this army's going to be out of here. That auto-resolve was so wrong. Now, I didn't think the auto-resolve was being massively fair there, and I was right. It wasn't. It was being a bit of a dick. I say, get out of here. Oh, you've got plague. That's not great. Don't really want to contract plague if I can help it. Emma Bunton! She's back! Is she? Where the fuck's Emma Bunton gone? I thought that was... Oh no, Emma Bunton is the Lemian vampire, that's right. That's right, I remember. Right, let's get Adele back in the army. And I'm going to go and just sack Averheim again, because it's there. Let's just do a little sack. And I could... What's our chance of killing these guys? 50-50. It's going to cost a lot, but think of all the blood kisses we can...
I shall drink them dry.
Oh, success. Nice, that's one. Dolly Parton gets a nice hit in there. Alicia Keys, what about you? 54. Oh, 2 for 2.
Isabella.
And then Madonna.
Slay them.
Holy shits. We just annihilated 3 people. We've got 3 blood kisses. That's pretty great. That's pretty bloody good. Good job, ladies. Knocking it out of the park. Well, you shouldn't. You just had lunch. Delicious, delicious lunch. Dolly, let's give you safeguard. No. Let's give you pendulum and smoke and mirrors. There we go. Okay. Isabella. we're going to give... Now, I could go for Immortal Horror, because that would give us more casual replenishment rate for all of our single ladies, which would be a 30% increase, is pretty huge. That's pretty major. I mean, the Red Fury is pretty good as well. More damage. Let's go for more damage, sure. Let's do that. Let's get Tenacity here for more health. We can only get trashy units, which I don't particularly... I'm not massively into that.
All shall know me.
Vlad, you leveled up. Good job. We need that levels. In fact, I'm going to go Invocation of the Hex so you can heal up a group.
Lord of the night.
And I could go and sack that, but it would leave us kind of out on a limb.
Champion of the dark.
The survivors of that battle have fallen back. That is... Wolfram Hertwig is the leader, isn't he?
I am great powerful.
That's not you. Wolfram Hertwig is indeed the general.
I thirst.
So if we kill him...
All shall perish.
There... Oh, can I just auto-resolve that? Ow. No, I should have fought it. Never mind.
Float in darkness.
However, that has given us 4 blood kisses. And I can go and... Yeah, I should have fought that battle, because that loss was unnecessary. But I can just go and grab some more units over in the big old pile of dead people. So that should be fine. I'm going... Let's go Raise Dead, because that's just generally going to be quite useful, I think. Let's do that. I don't need the extra growth here at the moment. If I save up a little more, I could get another vampire crypt. So let's wait for that, I think. I think overall, this has been a very profitable turn. We are now getting 4k income a turn, but that's mostly because most of Vlad's units died horribly.
Should thine words displease me, I shall eat thine heart.
Okay, bit on the nose. Bit of war there, never mind. And, oh, shit. Okay, that's needling. That is... I'm not super happy about that, but it's not the end of the world. As long as we keep the capital, and we keep pumping out that vampiric corruption. I mean... Okay. Where the fuck did you come from?
You need me?
I mean, I guess... I guess that's fine. Just meandering around the centre of the Empire. We've got some lizards. I guess that's okay. I guess. Okay, we've got defences here, so that's going to make that a little bit more tanky, which means they won't be able to attack us straight off the bat. Bat. And it's a vampire joke. And we'll get Wild-Eyed. And Beyonce is involuble. Sure. Right.
Not likely.
You say that. You say that, my old fruit, but let's get the vampire crypts. That's going to use most of our cash. But I can come back here, and hopefully we should have... okay, let's come over here. Oh, really? I thought that'd be more dead things. Is there not as many dead things? Where's all the dead things gone? I thought we had big piles of dead things. Is there less dead things? Pants! Okay, I'll get one of those. I'll get some of those. Okay, let's do something like that. Dolph, you don't do anything. We don't like you, Dolph. You just live there. Okay, we're getting the spirit as well. Spirit well as well. Good. And that was going to give us a Banshee hero, which will be quite nice. Which will also mean we can start like assassinating people as well. I mean, we've got 4 blood kisses, which is pretty good. That's not bad at all. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I mean, we could actually get the Strigoi, but of course we're going to save those blood kisses for the poll at the end. We also need to get Isabella's quest item, which we've got the quest for. We can see the quest icon over there, so we do need to run over there and grab that. But first I need to send Talabecland packing. Talking of sending Talabecland packing, it looks like Isabella's an engineer. Good for her.
No.
It's like you're heading straight over there. Fortunately, we can just meander back. So
Coward.
I live here now. Get the fuck out. Well, I could get the Claw of Nagash. That's quite expensive, but 2 Mortis engines? Fuck it. Yeah. 2 Mortis engines. 2 Mortis engines it is. Let's get Wild-Eyed, and you... Ah, wait, is that... Who's the general of... It is you.
A curse upon the Empire for...
Oh, quit your whinging. Okay, good. That's going to be another blood kiss as soon as we kill him with all the single ladies.
Death and destruction!
I actually really like this map. It's one of the few in the old world which is actually kind of interesting. So a couple of pendulums there is going to do quite considerable damage to the missile units. Could have gone with a Wind of Death, and in fact I did try and cast one, but as soon as I tried to cast it, all of the infantry units started advancing, and it would have, well, it wouldn't have worked very well, so I decided to cancel it and decide, well, it's just fine, just charge, just get everyone in there. Now, while I think all the single ladies should be more than capable of dealing with this, in the forest over here we've actually got the Chillgeist and a couple of units of Direwolves held in reserve just in case we should need them. Basically the idea being that once we've got all the enemy infantry into melee combats, we can then send in our sneaky units to go and mop up the enemy cavalry, or not cavalry, so the missile units, there we go. So we do have our Crypt Horrors and a couple of units of ghouls. They're all sacrificial. I don't really care what happens to them. More than likely they are going to die. Not too bothered about that, to be honest. That's not important. Now we've got quite a big blob of enemy infantry units, kind of in a little line here, which is perfect for a little Wind of Death, isn't it? So let's get a little Wind of Death. Let's make some premium chunky Imperial jam. Oh god, yeah. It just makes things explode. And then the vampires can just pull the heads off anyone who's left. So that works. Here comes our reinforcements, the Chillgeist moving in, the Direwolves running in to take out that Hellstorm rocket battery. It's mostly done damage to its own forces, but the Chillgeist running down those what remains those handgunners, and the Direwolves taking out those archers. Very, very nice. Meanwhile, we can see these Direwolves over here getting almost caught by the spearmen, pulling out of that combat, and then trying to move around. They do have this little lip of a cliff face there, so they're just going to sneak past, just scrape past the spearmen into these great swords that are routing, and then straight on towards this little blob of missile units which they're going to go and hunt down. It's going to give the single ladies time to just pull the heads off these great swords. All the Crypt Horrors have died. I'm not that bothered. So far so good. These Direwolves are kind of like caught in combat, so bringing the Chillgeists and the other unit of Direwolves in to back them up. Probably should have sent them into these spearmen over here, send them scattering. They should be fine against the archers. Spearmen charging in. They shouldn't be too dangerous, to be honest. There's some archers hiding over there. Basically, we just need to mop up the missile units. Nice little pendulum is going to actually catch these great swords in it as well. Very nice. And our vampire ladies are doing what they do best, which is just chew their way through hordes of enemy infantry. They've actually managed to recrew the rocket battery, but not for long, as, there we go, army losses taking effect. And they flee, leaving a big old pile of bodies behind. absolute carnage. And I'll take my town back, thanks. Do I want to upgrade it or do I want to... Yeah, let's do it because we can now raid some of this town. I didn't really want to declare war on these guys right now, but as soon as we're with them, we may as well just lean into it and accept the fact that we can just now get lots of money from sacking the shit out of them, which I'm fine with personally. I'm okay with that. I can live with that. Let's just whap some skill points in. Let's give you evasion, unless you can get the hunger. Level 8. Next level. Okay, and for the moment you get evasion. There we go. Right, I don't want to get any more. We're fine there. We do have
I will not obey.
wiggle. Sure. We've got... Wait, how many settlements do you have?
Von Carstein.
Yeah. You've got... Wait, you've only got one settlement left. Really? This was your grand throw of the dice to attempt to retake some territory, was it? Well, that didn't work out for you, did it? That was bloody stupid. Oh, that's not good.
Absolutely not.
Mind you, it's only one guy, so probably not the worst problem I have at the moment. I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be okay. I do want to upgrade this ASAP. We do need 9k for that. We can actually do that, and that'll give us corpse balls. Because what else are we going to chuck at people who are attempting to invade us? But of course, balls of corpses. You want a non-aggression pact, really? I mean, I guess that's fine. I'm not actually 100% sure where you came from, but seeing as we've got giant crocodile monsters in the heart of the Empire, I may as well have a non-aggression pact with them. Okay, we now have more income from Forbidden Libraries and Necromancer Towers, which is a good thing. And we've also got... Oh, good. More fucking dwarves. Right. Let's take this place, which we can just auto-resolve. And I'm just going to sack. I'm not even going to give them the pleasure of me taking their stupid little town. I'm just going to sack it and take the cash. So I can upgrade Castle Drakenhof and get my bloody corpse balls. Oh, Ed Milland Band is back. Can you... Really? You can assault stuff? Okay. Wow, you actually did it. I'm not sure what you did. But fine.
This is not in the Damas crime.
Okay, your army isn't as good as it could be, and we have forced you back in multiple locations. I'm hoping that the greenskins... Let's have a quick look at what you own. Okay, so yes, that would give that... Now that... It looks like you still hold Kazakarak, but pretty much everything else now belongs to the greenskins. So that's why you're recruiting stuff up here. And if you recruit stuff up here, that means you're not recruiting stuff down there. If you know what I mean. And sounds weird. And that right, I'm going to boost income with you. And that means, in fact, I probably should put you in Vlad's army, shouldn't I? Nah. That means that you're not recruiting armies to fend off the greenskins. So if the greenskins attack you, you're basically fucked, which is fine by me. I mean, I could try an ambush.
The world will drown.
You know what? I'm going to try an ambush. Let's see if we can. See if we can get the ambush on. Isabella. I'm tempted to give you Red Fury. Let's give you Red Fury. Sure. Wait, is that an effect? Hang on. So it's an augment for... Oh, so you can use it on anyone. Oh, that's nice. That's good. Okay, I'm happy with that. And I guess... Well, no, let's get conviction, because then it makes you less sad. And you're less likely to just crumble away from being sad. I mean, it says the ladies are a decent melee combatant, but frankly, with some of their stats as they are, I mean, 79 melee attack, 57 melee defense, 624 weapon strength, they're better than some generals. They've got better stats than some commanders. So, super good. The vampire ladies are very, very useful. When do we have 2 more turns and we'll get another vampire, which is good. And let's grab the incantations of Nagash, because that's going to increase our income from vampire crypts, which of course we have. And we're also getting more money from the Forbidden libraries, which is always good. And we're going to have an imminent rebellion, which is fine.
I do not bandy words with the weak. Leave me.
Hello. Peace treaty. Nah, you're alright. I've got other stuff to do. Wow, the spirit of the jungle is just going around kicking the it's just declaring war on everyone. Apart from me for some reason. Weird flex, but okay. So we're getting some rain. That dwarf army has... Oh, you're wandering over there.
Very well.
I mean,
Is done.
if you
Into
go and colonize that, then you will have a much reduced army, which is going to make it a lot easier for me to go and kill you all. And then I have less things to worry about. So I'm going to basically let you go and do that, and then I'm going to kill you. With any luck. Let's... Yep, wild-eyed for you. There we go. And eventually I want to give them spread corruption, so that we can just, like, really spread... We're going to spread the shit out of this corruption. There's going to be so much corruption. Oh, God, it's going to be corruption central. Also, Reichland has confederated with Wissenland, which is a problem.
Speak. I will hear you now.
Because that's going to make them very, very strong. Why do you... Oh, you like my war with Ostland, do you? Okay. Okay, Carl having a normal one.
I thirst.
Yes, I know you do. I know. Should we go and finish? There's Wiggle over there. Maybe we should wait for old what's-his-face to come back, and then we can get on the Blood Kiss. Because if we can get 6, then we can get the next rank of something. So Vigor loss reduction for the Nemeans isn't great. That's going to give us small public order, which isn't great. Recruit rank plus 100 for all units is not bad. And what's that? Winds of Magic plus 20. Quite useful considering we've got all our vampire ladies. So options there. Should we go and do the quest battle? And then we can wait for old what's-his-face to come back. And then we can go and kill him. Finish him off. You know. Let's do something like that. So let's get the blood... Oh, we can't teleport. Oh, because we're in the city. Also, how much is that going to cost? Is it 500? It's not far, is it? But I kind of want to keep you where you are. Mind you, we are currently surrounded by literally everyone. So, shall we... 37. Oh, it's because you're quite low rank. What about you? 62.
Kill.
Let's just send our ladies to...
I shall drink them dry.
I mean, you did. Good job. Oh, we're out of money. Never mind. That's now 7 blood kisses. Bosh. Bosh. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty good, isn't it? Okay. Right, we'll go and... I'll need all my single ladies to... Oh, we're going to wait, aren't we? Yeah, okay. I mean, spreading vampire encryption is great, because it does mean that it's going to cause problems for basically everyone around us. If we can get that to over 50%, then they're going to take attrition damage in their own settlements, which is always good. Ed Millenband, you can have assault units, sure. You got... No, you've only got one. Why is it... Okay, good. Sometimes it doesn't clear the end turn button.
I do not bandy words with the weak. Leave me.
Hello, Carl. Yeah, I thought you'd probably do that. Right, you have settled Karakadrin. Fantastic, because that means we can go and kick the shit out of you. Oh, Spirit of the Jungle's dead. Oh, well. Oh well, to be honest, thought that might happen. I can't... Right, we need to...
I thirst.
I know.
So be it.
Right, everyone get back in the army.
Thief in the very
You're not a single lady.
Dance macabre.
Where is... Oh, we didn't have another one, did we? Because we couldn't afford it. I remember. Right. Amy Winehouse, you, my dear, are going to get involuble. And then... Well, two things. We can go and kill all these dwarves. Wow, you replenish really fucking fast.
Isabella von Carstein.
You don't have your entire... You have no garrison. Good. So your army's fucked, and you have no garrison. That's the perfect time to kill a dwarf. Still doesn't like my chances, but I do. So there's not much left of the city's defences. In fact, the only bit of defence they have left is their gate, which has 99% damage. So I'm going to get Vlad to give it a little knock. Little dwarves, let me in. They say not by the hairs of my chinny chin chin. They've got a lot of hairs on their chinny chin chin, to be fair. Vlad, just go and knock, would you, buddy? Just don't be shy, it's fine. Just go and knock. Anybody in? Oh, I guess so. So in comes Vlad to smash some longbeards, and these dwarves, because they're being led by Thorgrim, they may as well be unbreakable, because they won't run away. Thorgrim will hold them here for as long as they will hold the line basically until they die. Which means we've got a lovely charge here against the Thunderers. I thought probably leaving them in combat would be fine. It won't be. We've got some more Black Knights in here. I was hoping to draw off these Longbeards, and that's going to work. We're now going to bring our Knights in to deal with that. Got some Dwarf Warriors with great weapons. I thought my Graveguard should do okay against that. And it's even so far. Not looking too bad. Over here, we do have our two Claws... Well, the Claw of Dagash, two Mortis Engines. They should be doing a lot of damage to these dwarves over here. We basically just need to push them. We just need to grind our way through the dwarves, and it's a battle of attrition. These Longbeards slowly being dealt with. We do have the Cairn race here to help out against the Longbeards. Just doing some catching them. We caught the Thunderers. Basically, we've managed to catch most of the missile units. And there's Thorgrim himself. He's going to be a tough one to deal with. He's going to be tough. However, we do actually have our crossbows. Our crossbows have managed to get into the flank of these dwarves, and they will be whittling these dwarves down much faster than our Graveguard could deal with them. So it's actually going to be very, very effective, and that'll free up that unit of Graveguard very, very quickly, which is very, very nice. And you can see our Black Knights, they are slowly winning, but these Longbeards with great weapons are chewing their way through them. Yeah, I mean, they're caught from both sides, but it says it's even, and it is. It's very even, so we can't really rely on getting that cavalry back into play anytime soon. Vlad and Thorgrim are going at it, but it's very much a battle. It's basically, that's going to tie them both up for the entirety of the battle, and they won't do much damage to each other. They will just basically just slam each other in the face repeatedly for the entire battle and just tickle each other, which I guess is fine, because as long as Thorgrim's busy, I can finish off the rest of his army. Although obviously if I could kill Thorgrim, then a lot of these dwarf units, which are very badly damaged, would probably be running away right now. Units like these Thunderers, of which there's 12 left, and they're being eaten by doggies, but they just don't seem to really give a shit. Our Cairn Wraith are doing okay. I mean, they're winning slightly, but it's very, very slow. Ideally, we need to get the direwolves into the back of these to help out. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. If we can just... We've finished off the units at the gate. If we can just push into the city, take the city centre, that should be enough. Obviously, taking out these Gubbinz Rangers would be nice as well. If we can get the Mortis Engines in here, that should be fine. Basically, the Mortis Engines will just slowly drain the dwarves' health. I mean, you can have a look at these units up here. They've just been set up here. We haven't been fighting them, but this is how much health they've actually lost. Because you can see where they started, which is there. They've lost that much health just by being near to the Mortis Engines. We're going to push up. Our Crypt Horrors are going to be incredibly useful here because they're one of the few units that will actually be doing any damage to the dwarves, being that they are armor piercing and do a lot of armor piercing damage. Our Black Knights have had to pull out of this combat because they just weren't winning it. The Longbeards were just chonking them down, which is what we didn't want. The Cairn race are slowly... They're slowly getting the advantage. These Thunderers finally do... They are wavering with only 5 of the buggers left. We now have the city centre. So we've got the city centre. The Bugman's Rangers are slowly being dealt with. We just need to push up and knock out those Thunderers. We do have our Quarrelers. Quarrelers? Crossbows. That's it. Sylvanian crossbows. Just picking them off, which is actually doing some damage to them, which is actually quite useful. As you can see, there's not a lot of crossbow bolts heading their way, but it's just slowly whittling them down a little bit. And now our Crypt Horrors are freed up. Yeah, you better reload faster if I were you boys. You're going to need it. Too late. Those Thunderers are being bludgeoned to death. We hold the city centre, just a few Bugman's Rangers left to say, still not breaking with only 8 remaining. And there we go, Thorgrim finally routing with the rest of his army due to army losses, not because he was particularly sad. Literally had to kill most of the dwarves before their army losses took effect. We still have some Slayers here who are dueling with the Grave Guard. They wiped out the Crypt Ghouls very, very quickly. But we do have some reinforcements heading this way in the shape of the Cairn race and the Dire Wolves to finish them off. Ugh, fucking dwarves. Thank God for those mortis engines. Well, I'll just raise it. I'll just raise it because don't want any dwarves there. We can run back, replenish, all that kind of good stuff. I'm not too bothered about losing Eason, to be honest. That's not the end of the world. Right. I could wait for what's his face to show up, but oh god, I'm bored. We'll kill him now. Oh, a leaden banner. I've forgotten about that. What's that one? Oh, magic. Okay, let's put that on you because that'll make stuff break more. And that sounds quite... Oh, I could just auto-resolve this. Okay. Oof, that was close. That's a little bit close, wasn't it? Right, let's raise this. What's this? Scab Scarf. The legendary sword of an undead mercenary. It's said the blade cannot be sheathed without first taking a life and will emit a terrifying squeal until it does. I mean, that just sounds annoying. Imagine you accidentally pull it out and you're not near anyone you can kill. And then you probably have to find, you know, someone you can maybe stab a little bit. But that's going to be kind of... Basically, it just seems wildly annoying. I personally wouldn't want it, but there we go. Aura of Dark Majesty. It's probably not going to be that useful. More hit points. I mean, we could give Isabella more armor and stuff. I just don't know if it's going to be that useful. I mean, it will help keep her alive, won't it? I mean, more health would also help keep her... Okay, let's go with the health, because that's just going to be generally very useful.
Isabella von Carstein.
Let's go Pit of Shades, just in case. And Involuble there. Okay. They must have another army around somewhere, but I think for the moment at least, we're okay. I'm going to pick up another... Just pick up some of those. Let's grab some of those. Do you like me yet? I mean, we're doing lots of things against the people they don't like, but they just have such a high aversion against us that they're never going to actually be our friends. Which is a bit of a pain in the arse, basically. It's a bit of a pain. Okay, let's get walls here. And more public. Do we need the public order here? Not really. I mean, that's more income. And to be honest, because we have Castle Drakenhof just next door, which also increases income from buildings in adjacent regions, the more income we have in these two regions, the better. I mean, we could always take the mountains as well. It's not. I mean, we do get a reduction in income by 15%, though. Which effectively means we get a 10% income increase, which isn't the worst. I don't know. I don't know if I want to take the mountain regions or I just want to try and clear them out. Okay, you're... Whoa, how the... Okay, you've got... No, that's actually that's actually an Ostland army, isn't it? I was like, how did rebels get their hands on Hellstorm rocket batteries? But no, that does kind of make sense. Right.
I am Vlad,
Yeah, I know who you are. Come over here.
devourer of light.
Let's grab... Okay, let's do something like that. Let's get Ed Millenband in with Vlad. We do have a little Ostland army here. However, we also have some rebels who are not going to be happy about Eason. So they'll probably try and do something about that. We do have the Empire as well. Wertbad does have defences, but it's not super tanky. Do we have vampires at Tempelhof? Yes. We can recruit a level 3 there, a level 6 there. So obviously we're going to get level 6. Hero action success chance for heroes in the local province would help us stab agents nearby. I think that's my preference. I mean, causes terror isn't bad. Also, -4. I mean, if we got enough of Dread Incarnate. What do we have? Let's have a look. So you've got confident. That's nice. You're knowledgeable. Knowledgeable. That's Vlad. You're Master of the Dark Arts. You're knowledgeable. You're a Lawkeeper. What does the Lawkeeper do? Construction and research rate. So, I mean, our research rate must be pretty good by now, mustn't it? Not you. That one. 189%. Holy shit. That's really good. I'm kind of torn because I think Devious would be quite... I'm going to go Devious. I'm going to go Devious. That's what I'm going to do. Because I think that's going to help us. And let's go with Doom and Darkness, because sure.
I thirst.
Good. Good to hear. Right. Let's just hole up here for the moment. So we need to get Emmanuel into our army. We need to deal with... There's some problems over here, but I think Vlad can deal with that. I feel like Vlad can deal with that. What we need to do is we need to knock out the Empire. Because the longer the Empire has to grow strong, the worse it's going to be for us. Ideally, we need to get to Altdorf. Because I reckon the single ladies can probably take Altdorf. If it's just the garrison, I think we can do it. So I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, my one concern is that... Jeez, the guy really went to town, didn't he? Bloody hell. My one concern is this little army over here. Now, we can reach that, so we could potentially take that on. That's also the enemy general. Huh.
King of Darkness.
Okay, so we've already got 8 blood kisses, which is... It's looking pretty good. What we're going to do is we're going to get Emmanuel over here. She's going to catch up with the main army. We're going to go for Flensburg, Grumberg, and straight to Altdorf. That's what we're going to do. We're going straight for Altdorf, I think. That's... Because if we can take Altdorf, that's going to be considerably... I mean, it's going to give us a lot of money. It's going to stop the Empire from having a lot of money. Both of which things I like. Both are good things. Let's take out Ostland.
All shall perish.
Yeah, we're going to do
I
that.
want their souls.
God, it looks like you're... Are you... Do you have a home?
My hand hovers close to my blade. Utter your demand before I raise it.
Was that your last... I thought that was your last settlement. Did you only have... Or have you retaken that? Did you have one settlement? I thought you did. Was that the same one? I can't remember. Who am I fighting? Where am I? Nurse? Never mind. Right, we're going to deal with that. Now, I think Isabella should go straight for Altdorf. I'm saying, like, we work bad is acceptable losses. We go straight for Altdorf. We take Altdorf with everything we've got. Meanwhile, Vlad is going to do his best to hold back everything else. Now, we do have kind of... This is a little bit of a concern because that's probably the border princes. And that means they're next to Schwarzhafen, which could be a problem. But we do have walls there. We could recruit another army if we need to. So, okay. So, Patreon supporters, the polls for next time are going to be, what should we spend our blood kisses on? We've got 8, so we could get the second rank of either the Lemmian, which is going to give us 8% vigor loss reduction. We can get +5 public order. We can get 100 experience for all units, or we can get extra winds of magic. Alternatively, we can get ambush success chance. So which one of those should we get? And also, should Isabella just go straight for Altdorf? Should we just throw caution to the wind, leave Vlad to deal with this? Isabella, just go straight for Altdorf. We capture it. I think we can, even if there's an army there, I think we can take it. I think with the single ladies, we can take it. But in the meantime, we're going to deal with this little force. But that's going to have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.